Hello, my name is Mark Johnson. I'm the co-founder of Playing for Change. Playing for Change was started in 2001 by myself and my co-founder, Whitney Cronky Silverstein. We started Playing for Change as the idea to take the studio and go out and record and film musicians in the streets, in subways and in natural environments all over the world. The idea was to start to show the humanity that exists within music and to find a tool to unite together all different types of musicians around the world, have them collaborate together and play on the same song. So Playing for Change was born out of the idea that no matter how many things in life divide us, they're never going to be as strong as the power of music to bring us back together again. The thing that really inspired me the most to create Playing for Change was my belief that we're all in this world together, and that a lot of the time we create these divisions, but we also need a world that creates the connections, reconnecting people's hearts, reconnecting us to the shared humanity. We're all here at the same time in this world. We're all in this together. You know, those are the things that come across when you see people play music together, when you see musicians from all different walks of life play on the same song. You get this feeling that we're all connected. You get hope and you get inspired to be a part of something positive for the future of the planet. And that's what really inspired me to start this project. It was to give back the gifts that I've seen when people come together, create amazing things together, regardless of their race, politics, religion, gender, how much money they have. You know, the truth is we're all human beings, and I feel like music was invented for the purpose of reconnecting hearts around the world, and that's what Playing for Change is born to do. So Playing for Change first was created in 2001 with the idea of taking the studio to the streets. So originally we started recording street musicians all across America. And then as we were doing that, we realized there's so many amazing stories and different types of people playing music. And we wanted to expand the idea from just musicians on the street to now let's go into indigenous communities and go record and film Native American musicians, and go off into Africa and record musicians in villages in Africa. And so we set out to take the lessons we'd learned on the street, the fact that music can bring everyone together, and expand that into indigenous musicians around the world. And famous musicians also joined in because they're all musicians. At the end of the day, whether you're a famous musician or a street musician, you're out there playing music because you believe in it. You believe in the power of music to inspire, connect people, to entertain them, to bring joy. And that makes a big difference in people's lives. So Playing for Change from the beginning has recorded well over 1,000 musicians in over 65 different countries. And they range from, like I said, from street musicians to native musicians to famous musicians. I believe Bono was one of the first ones to record with us that is a well-known artist, along with Keith Richards. But we've gone on to record and film musicians in so many different countries. And also to show people that it's not about fame and fortune, it's about soul. That's what music does, is it connects hearts. So Playing for Change has always been about finding and supporting musicians that inspire other people and help us transcend the things that divide us in life and help give us some hope and some joy. And that's the beauty of music, is that it's everywhere, and there's great music everywhere. Musicians change the world because music connects hearts. It's the most important thing we have as a human race, is our connection to each other, our connection to nature. Music brings these things out. It reminds us that we're not alone, and that we share this planet, and that this is our time to make a difference. We are the ones we've been waiting for. And I think what music does is it empowers people, it inspires people, and it connects people. And that's why it can change the world, and does change the world every day. Back in 2001, the very first project Playing for Change came up with was a documentary film called Cinematic Discovery of Street Musicians, where we essentially brought a recording studio from the studio to the streets, powered it with golf cart batteries, brought cameras, and really started recording and filming musicians performing live outside in the streets or in the subways. And then that's when we invented the concept of playing for change songs around the world, where musicians who've never met would play on the same song. So we created 2 songs. One was called Song Across America, the other was called Blues Across America. And in each of these songs, I would have a guitar player here in Los Angeles, California, playing with a guitar player in Harlem in New York City, trading off back and forth. And it just goes to show that, people can be in different locations and still perform on the same song, which really set the stage for Playing for Change. The next thing that came after this film was the song Stand By Me and our journey around the world to create songs around the world, and our second documentary film called Peace Through Music. So it all started with cinematic discovery of street musicians. And as one of the great people in that film said to us, music is about the sentiment behind the words. Music is about the feeling. And that's what we learned making that movie, that we can transcend the things that divide us in life by getting to the things that we all share, which is human connection and human feeling, heartbeats. We all share the same joys and sorrows in life, and music helps us connect all those things together. And then we can use that connection to create a better world, a world that we can believe in, that doesn't have racism and sexism and prejudice, and doesn't treat one group of people worse than other groups of people, but sees that we're all the same group. As Bob Marley said, one love. Playing for Change is continuing to create more and more songs around the world, where we have a partnership with the United Nations and with the UNFPA, where we are now going deeper into the stories behind the music. So we're creating songs around the world to then connect people into the deeper stories that we're facing as a society, whether they be environmental issues or issues of social and racial justice. But being able to use music as a tool to inspire social change and to help us transform into a global community, to help us realize that we are all in this together, and to help people care more about each other. The message of peace that I want to share to the world is that this is the opportunity we have right now to be a part of a positive future for the planet. Every action, everything everybody does every day gets to decide the kind of world we're going to live in. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Let music empower us. Let music inspire us to see that we're all in this together, and that peace is about the inside. It's about how you are going to handle the things that you face in your life. And if we all go inside and we find peaceful ways of dealing with our issues in life and realizing that we need to solve them together, we're not alone. A lot of times problems come because of fear. Fear is the enemy. We have nothing to be afraid of. We're all in this world together. We're all here for a purpose. And music brings us the ability to see that connection and to be inspired and empowered by it. So I believe peace is inside all of us, and this is our time.